pass the water. Somebody bring the water. Somebody get the water. You know, when you're feeling hard, take up the water spray. If you need to burn out, take up the water spray. If you're full of heart, take up the water spray. When you need water now, take up the water spray. Pussy water, working pussy water, water in the water. Water spray, this pussy water, the office pussy water. When your pussy need water, take up the water spray. Somebody pass blue water, somebody bring blue water, somebody get blue water. Take up the water spray.
The race is on. And with over $500,000 up for grabs, your chance to win $756,000 is slipping away. Act now and seize the opportunity to turn your dreams into a reality with Super 6.
I have a surprise for mosquito, road and fly. What makes all of them die? Don't bother with the long chat, Bob, tell you why. What makes all of them die?
Times are hard, but you've got to include Pop on your grocery list to protect you and your family against all flying and crawling insects, especially dengue mosquitoes. Pop's powerful formula kills insects fast. Pop is best on pests.
What makes all of them die? Get serious, get back. Bop, 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 make all of them die.
I knew an easy way to pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Then you're on your way.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Do It Center shoppers, we have exciting news. Your favorite home improvement destination just got a major upgrade. Get ready to experience the all-new Do It Center online store. Fresh look, same great products, and super user-friendly. Find what you're looking for in a snap. Need assistance? We've got you covered. Connect with our live chat agents for real-time assistance. But that's not all. Introducing the convenience of seamless online payments with reliable delivery service straight to your door. Shopping for quality products has never been this easy. Don't miss out. Visit store.doitcenterdominica.com and experience the new era of our online shopping. Do It Center, your partner in home improvement.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Kendall Morgan.
And I'm Dennis Control for the latest from across the Caribbean.
The United States has seized the plane that Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro had used on several trips, including his visit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines late last year, for talks involving a number of CARICOM leaders. More from Dennis Cabral.
President Maduro flew on the plane to St. Vincent and the Grenadines last December for border controversy talks with Guyana's President Irfan Ali. Several other regional leaders attended the talks, which led to the signing of the Argyle Declaration. The Dassault Falcon 900LX, bearing registration marking T7 ESPRT, was seized in the Dominican Republic by U.S. agents and it transferred to the U.S. state of Florida. The U.S. claimed it was illegally bought for $13 million and smuggled out of the country. U.S. officials said the plane was seized for suspected violations of U.S. export control and sanctions laws. They added that an investigation found that people affiliated with Mr. Maduro had allegedly used a Caribbean-based shell company to hide their involvement in the plane's illegal purchase from a company based in Florida in late 2022 and early 2023.
Saying that 4 political parties are too many for Montserrat's small population, 2 of the parties have announced a merger ahead of the island's October 24th general elections. Opposition leader Paul Lewis announced yesterday that his People's Democratic Movement, which won 3 of the 9 seats in the last elections, will pull the National Progressive Movement of former Premier Donaldson Romeo under its banner for the upcoming polls.
We believe the people when they said that 4 parties is just too much parties. For a population of 4,380 persons, Honorable Donaldson Romeo and myself, Honorable Paul Lewis, we have decided to listen to the people and to take on board the wishes of the people and to demonstrate that we are prepared to work in unity from now.
For his part, Donaldson Romeo, who battled leadership issues ahead of the last elections, says he is happy to take the deputy leader's role in the merged party.
I also want to let the people know out there that as a former premier and leader, sometimes leaders have a difficulty with stepping and allowing another person to lead. And there are those who believe that everybody wants to be chief and nobody wants to be Indian. So I'm letting the public know that every chief must be willing to be an Indian when called upon to be an Indian. And I'm happy to perform this role.
This merged People's Democratic Movement will contest the October elections against the ruling Movement for Change and Prosperity of outgoing Premier Joseph Farrell and the recently formed United Alliance of former Premier Reuben Meade.
The Kenyan-led United Nations multinational mission to Haiti, MSS, has called on gangs in the country to surrender to authorities. The team says that now it has received more vehicles and other equipment from the United States. They'll be conducting clearance operations in the 3 areas and their environs to weed out gangs. The operation will be done in collaboration with the Haiti National Police in a bid to have these areas return to normalcy. According to the multinational mission, the operation will be conducted from all fronts, including air, sea, and land, to allow normal flow of people and vehicular movement.
Guyana's parliamentary opposition says the failure of government and opposition parliamentarians to work together is causing people to lose faith in the democratic system. Mr. Ganesh Mai Paul was yesterday addressing the opening of the 46th conference of the Caribbean, the Americas, and the Atlantic region of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association being held in Guyana. He said major problems include the erosion of public trust, scandals, corruption, and the perception that elected officials are more interested in self-preservation than public service.
This loss of faith in parliamentary institutions undermines the legitimacy of democracy itself. When people feel that their voices are not being heard or that their representatives are disconnected from their realities, voter apathy increases, and the very fabric of democracy begins to fray.
Chairman of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, Barbados' House Speaker Arthur Holder, wants parliaments in the Caribbean, Americas, and the Atlantic region to address improving security. He was speaking at yesterday's opening of the 46th CPA conference in Guyana.
What have we done to improve security for parliamentarians inside and outside of Parliament? Are we going to wait till some of our parliamentarians are assassinated before we actually take vital steps to improve security? These are things that I want this conference to examine with purpose.
Well, this has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp at +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
All right, Dominique, we're here. It's 8:24. The big story this morning that everybody's observing and watching. It appears that the Venezuelan jet carrying Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was seized there in the Dominican Republic. That's making the news. That's the same plane that's carrying that have carried a lot of our Caribbean leaders to and through from Venezuela. Let's listen to this report there. Presidential plane seized in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic.
A shell company and then smuggled out of the United States. This is in violation. Earlier today, a pretty important story coming out of Florida when we learned that the Venezuelan president, the U.S. government, had seized a luxury jet that was used by the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro, that officials say was actually illegally purchased through a shell company and then smuggled out of the United States. This is in violations of several sanctions and export control laws. We were able to hear there with an update from those leaders now talking about the seize and why it occurred. I want to go ahead and listen into that now here on Live Now.
Yeah, Anthony Salisbury, Salisbury, Special Agent Charged for Homeland Security Investigations, Miami, Florida.
So tell us what happened. What do you see behind you here?
So today we seized a Venezuelan-owned aircraft predominantly used by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro in violation of U.S. sanctions and other matters that we're looking at into the aircraft.
What does that mean?
So today we seized the aircraft in violation of U.S. sanctions against Venezuela by the United States government.
Are you able to explain kind of what the sanctions were?
So it's the ongoing existing sanctions that OFAC has levied against Venezuela for years now.
And explain OFAC.
OFAC is the Office of Financial Asset Control. So they designate certain host countries who are sanctioned, not allowed to have U.S. business, U.S. parts, or U.S. origin parts, stuff like that. So Venezuela has been heavily sanctioned by the U.S. government.
How did this happen? So from what I understand, the plane was in the Dominican Republic?
Yes. So HSI, working with our partners at the Department of Commerce, Bureau of Industry and Security, and officials in the Dominican Republic, have worked to seize this plane in violation of U.S. sanctions and, again, other criminal matters that we're looking at with this aircraft.
How did that happen? I mean, did agents go down there and board the plane and take off, or how did?
So, yeah, HSI has a global footprint. We have an office in the Dominican Republic. We work side by side all over the world with officials, including officials in the DR. So, yeah, HSI will use its global footprint to enforce its criminal priorities all over the world.
Did this happen that you got wind that, hey, his plane is coming to the Dominican Republic? That's a place where we can see?
Yeah, so again, HSI Miami's got long-standing investigations in the Maduro regime going back years. We've seized over two.
Start that one again. Start that one again.
Ask me that question again, sir.
I forgot what the question was.
Did we know about? How did we know about?
That's it. Did you know that someone was coming in with the plane and that you'd be there to just be able to grab it?
So HSI Miami has long-standing investigations into the Maduro regime. We've disrupted the flow of over $2 billion and indicted over 30 members of the Maduro regime, associates, and facilitators. So we are constantly looking at the corrupt practices and illegal activities of the Maduro regime.
What message does this put out there in the world?
It says that HSI and its partners have the global reach to impact anyone, including, ask me that again.
What message does this send out there?
It says that HSI Miami, HSI on the whole, and its partners have the expertise, the global reach, and the partnerships to impact anyone, including heads of state who think they're untouchable.
What was this plane used for? Kind of talk about where it's been, what it's been used for.
Yeah, so this plane was predominantly utilized by Nicolas Maduro on numerous state visits. It's traveled to numerous countries on state visits with Nicolas Maduro. It's been utilized for a lot of official business for the Venezuelan government.
And given the current climate right now with Venezuela, what is the message that you're sending to the Venezuelan government?
So again, that the United States, and particularly HSI and its partners, will continue to investigate the corrupt practices of any regime anywhere in the world, including Venezuela.
Anything on the horizon that's coming up regarding Nicolas Maduro and Venezuela?
So again, our investigations are broad and they're ongoing, and we've had substantial investigations. Today is just one more success, and we have lots more pending.
Have you heard from the Venezuelan government since this happened?
We have not.
Are you expecting to?
I don't expect HSI Miami to, but there will be. So the plane has been seized. It will move into forfeiture proceedings, and will allow for that kind of coordination and communication.
Going into forfeiture proceedings, does that mean you'd be able to sell it and use that money for something else? Or
so again, when the plane's been seized, it'll move into forfeiture, and if it's officially forfeiture, then yes, then it would be looked at possibly be liquidated and sold.
Then that money could be used for investigations for.
It would, yeah. The money would be going into the governmental forfeiture funds.
Anything else to add?
No.
Like anything? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
If you can stand there just for 1 second, just going to get a quick two-shot.
And as we just heard there, we were getting that latest update. I do want to show you some video. That is the Venezuelan president that you're seeing there on your screen right now. But we do know that the U.S. government has seized that luxury jet. Again, as he was saying, was used in several capacities professionally for the country, I should say, as well. The U.S. government, though, is saying that it was illegally purchased through a shell company and then smuggled out of the United States in violation of the sanctions and export control laws. The plane was transported to Fort Lauderdale, Florida earlier this morning after, as you heard there, it was seized in the Dominican Republic. The plane, though, which is believed to be a Falcon 900, is described as an equivalent to Air Force One, worth roughly $13 million. The special agent there in charge for Homeland Security investigations says that the plane, again, was seized because of that violation of U.S. export and control and sanction laws. Certainly something we'll continue to follow. Of course, we know that Venezuela has been in the media for several reasons. Of course, with that election just heating up a few weeks ago. So we're going to continue to follow that here on Live Now.
All right, Dominique, you're listening to the story. We're going to follow another story there. I think now this one is coming from CBS News as it relates to this plane being seized in Santo Domingo there. Let's try this report there from the CBS. Let's go.
Welcome back. The United States has seized a plane belonging to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro over alleged sanctions violations. In a statement Monday, Attorney General Merrick Garland said, quote, "The Justice Department seized an aircraft we allege was illegally purchased for $13 million through a shell company and smuggled out of the U.S. for use by Nicolas Maduro and his cronies. The jet in question has been transported from the Dominican Republic to Florida." CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides joins us from Fort Lauderdale with more on this story. Christian, good to see you. So we understand that multiple federal agencies were involved in this. Explain how this happened.
Chanel, not just multiple federal agencies, you've got agencies also internationally involved here to be able to get that plane here to Fort Lauderdale. So according to officials that I spoke to, what's very interesting about this is that this plane is essentially considered, by all intents and purposes, Venezuela's Air Force One. This is how Nicolas Maduro got around in his state visits since May of 2023. The aircraft was purchased in late 2022, early 2023, according to U.S. officials. Then beginning May of last year is when Maduro started using it regularly for his state visits. Officials worked with the Dominican Republic to be able to get the jet from the DR to here. Let's take a listen to what the special agent in charge had to say about how this investigation unfolded.
We have a long-standing history of investigating the corrupt practices of the Maduro regime. HSI and its partners have already disrupted over $2 billion worth of assets. We've indicted over 30 regime members, associates, and facilitators. So again, we're always continuing to look at the opportunities in which the Maduro regime is continuing to facilitate its corrupt practices.
So look, and there are multiple assets over the years that have been, as the special agent in charge mentioned, that have been seized by the U.S. government from folks that belong to the Maduro regime. Chanel?
And I just wonder, to zoom out for a second here, Christian, where do relations with Venezuela stand right now? And how might this impact that?
Well, look, you'll recall that back in June, there was the elections that took place. And to that end, so far, not just the U.S., but multiple governments across the world have not sided with the Venezuelan government, who said that Maduro won the elections. In fact, the U.S. recognizes Edmundo Gonzalez, the opposition leader, as the winner of those elections. At this point, the Venezuelan government just released a statement a few moments ago, essentially saying that what the U.S. has done in this case is criminal and that they'll figure out a way to respond accordingly, that they said that there may be potential monetary damages involved here. So this certainly doesn't help relations But at the end of the day, there wasn't really much to build on because remember, after those elections took place, it's not just the U.S., but you had multiple governments across Latin America, across the world, that rejected what the Venezuelan government called the results of that election, saying that Maduro had won when there had been many questions about whether or not his government had tampered with the results of that election.
So what happens next in the investigation then, Christian?
Well, look, officials from the Department of Homeland Security said that this essentially becomes an asset forfeiture case. So the plane will be liquidated and those funds will go into the federal funds for the federal asset forfeiture funds that the U.S. uses.
It's 8:36. A story to watch. I can tell you that. Story to watch. This seizure of the Venezuelan president's plane. 8:36, Dominica. It's the morning time. Hello, yes?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Matt, obviously, I am a little hesitant because, this is raw power. This is also power that is politically motivated on the side of the Americans.
Okay.
But having said that, Matt, what I want Roosevelt Skerrit to do is to roll up his sleeve, stand next to Maduro, and pretend or go ahead and be self-righteous and defend Maduro. That is what I want Roosevelt Skerrit to do right now. Open his mouth like he did before. Stand next to him, roll up that sleeve, and start spouting anti-American propaganda or anti-American speech. And then let's see what happens to him shortly after. Good morning.
Somebody just reminded me that he was the first to congratulate the president on the win there in Venezuela in recent times, yes?
Oh, yes, he was. So he's and not only him. There are several of these CARICOM prime ministers who are sliding that way. They're moving away from real democracy. They want to adopt this fake democracy business, and so that they can do what they want when they have power, and line their pockets and hide behind shell companies. You remember how offensive it was to Mr. Skerrit when this young DBS reporter asked him about the House of Darkness, or whatever we call it in Roseau? He was very, very defensive. Go and do your homework. Their property is registered in my name. How dare you ask me that question? Yes, but who owns that property? You're the Minister of Housing at the time. Why didn't you answer the question as to who the ownership of that property? Is it a shell company? Is it MMCE? Who is it? You should know. And we, the public, should also deserve an answer from you. This administration is just going too far, Matt. Another example, the security minister refuses to say how much money they have spent in lawyers' fees to prosecute/persecute the opposition. He said it would be a security risk. You create the situation and you're saying it's going to be a security risk, and you cannot tell the public that you spent approximately $10 million on lawyers' fees. You cannot tell us that. It's a security risk. We'll get angry. Matt, this has gone too far. This has to stop. Good morning.
All right, thank you. Another comment here, man. No more VEP, as somebody says, for some people. A reminder to those bright and creamy minds in Dominica that you bring your bubble to the U.S., to the U.S. soil, no diplomatic immunity will stop them and take you down. Let's see which island leader will be a major and compel America to give the man his plane back. Show your mics, world boss. That's another comment there coming this morning. See what happens. Which Caribbean leader might be the first one to react? Hello, talk to me, yes?
Love life like it enjoy. Mr. Belton, in the interest of time.
Yes.
Matt, this kind of hegemonic domination there, this absolute power and authority in the world, that must cause, no wonder the world can never be at peace. America has too much power, Matt. Too much power. I mean, if it's on some U.S. territory, you might have an agreement with Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. But Matt, I'm saying that now, cutting on both sides now like a two-edged sword. Matt, if that catch some Caribbean leaders, Matt, and I don't want to call the names because you know some people like this, I hit somebody on that plane, Matt, I'll be rejoicing. I am not drinking, I'm not a drunkard or anything, but I'm going to buy a liquor bottle of wine and maybe party. I know they're waiting for me to die for them to party too. But Matt, on a serious note, really and truly, America, that you hear the man said they have a footprint, that level of domination with an extensive reach or unlimited reach anywhere in the world. Who can do that to an American politician, even if they violate any law? And that is the imbalance I'm talking about, man. I don't mind if it was on a level playing field. That can be done. No American politician or official cannot get away. They can be arrested anywhere in the world. No America is going to war. It's their citizens. It is an injustice. Maduro might be all what they're claiming that he is, Matt. Rigging election, we have Maduro in Dominica as well, if that's the case in Venezuela. But it would just make me feel pleased. Matt, so when they're going to pick up those CBI criminals, the leaders and the players and the passport wheelers and dealers, when they're going to pick them up?
Based on what I know, blessings and investigations I've done in the past, these people are calculus. You know, they calculated. They don't rush to judgment. They don't rush to arrest people. They just wait and wait and wait. So, you know how the U.S. people operate. So I'm even hearing now, I just heard yesterday on a CNN report that recorders were removed from the plane to listen to the meetings that was held. And remember, the same plane landed in the Melville airport. So who knows what the investigators are looking for. So recorders were removed from that plane according to a CNN report. So we have to look and listen carefully, blessings.
So you see, I say it on both sides, Matt, having to do with the imbalance where America power is concerned. But at the same time, it is good to a certain extent to make these criminals in the Caribbean understand you cannot just steal all your country billions and you're living happily ever after, riding into the sunset, you and your wife and family. So I like it. At the same time, Matt, to a certain extent, I disagree with it because that is beyond hegemonic, Matt. That is too much power for one country. Thank you, bro.
All right, thank you very much. So again, 8:44. Let's listen to that report there from CNN. I think CNN was the first international news agency that picked up that report there. Read the Venezuelan plane, U.S. seizing the Nicolas Maduro's plane in Santo Domingo.
See video obtained exclusively by CNN as it landed in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and was taxiing around there. It's not quite the 747 jumbo jet that the U.S. uses as Air Force One, but it is, according to two U.S. officials, Venezuela's version of Air Force One, used by President Nicolas Maduro to fly around to meetings and to other events there. According to Garland, it was purchased for some $13 million by a shell company before it was illegally flown out of the country. Now, the U.S. and Venezuela have long had a frosty relationship that's only gotten worse, perhaps even almost outright hostile since the July presidential election, the U.S. not recognizing the claimed results of that election. According to Maduro's own regime, he won with some 51% of the vote. The U.S. not recognizing that as a free and fair election. In fact, many other countries not recognizing it as well. It is because of the results or claimed results of that election that the U.S. reimposed sanctions on Venezuela's oil and gas industries. Venezuela said the seizure of that jet was, quote, piracy. Warren Lieberman, CNN in Washington.
For more now, we're joined by Brett Bruin, president of the Global Situation Room, a private consulting firm focusing on crisis management and international security. Before that, he held senior positions on the National Security Council and at the U.S. State Department. Brett, it's good to see you.
Good to be with you, John.
Okay, so here's part of a statement from the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland on the seizure of Maduro's plane. The Justice Department seized an aircraft we allege was illegally purchased for $13 million for use by Nicolas Maduro and his cronies. The Justice Department goes on to say the plane was illegally exported in April of 2023 from the United States to Venezuela via the Caribbean. So what, this is all just about violation of U.S. sanctions? This wasn't done to send a message to Maduro to, hit him where it really hurts, or was it a bit of both?
Well, it's all about the timing. And quite frankly, the Biden administration has been looking for ways, symbolic as well as some significant ways, that they can send a message to Caracas. And by taking Maduro's plane, I think they have achieved a small modicum of that message. To say, symbolically, but also, for a head of state not to be able to fly around in their own private jet with all of the, John, I was looking at some of the features this jet has earlier on today. It's going to be a little bit less comfortable for Maduro on his next flight abroad.
Yeah, what sort of plane was this? I know it's a luxury plane, but what were the features?
Well, look, it's got a private bedroom. It has nicely upholstered seats and nicely finished cabins. So his trips around Latin America were a little bit more comfortable than they had been prior to the $13 million purchase of this plane. At the same time, though, look, I think we're seeing, and just within the last few hours, there have been some reports that the U.S. plans to sanction Venezuelan election officials that Maduro had used in order to try and seal these elections. So they are going to take other steps. The real question here is, will it amount to more than a hill of beans, or will it simply just be a whole lot of showmanship, as you said, in the past, that hasn't swayed the Venezuelan leaders very much?
Well, we also have this statement from the U.S. Commerce Department. Let this seizure send a clear message. Aircraft illegally acquired from the United States for the benefit of sanctioned Venezuelan officials cannot just fly off into the sunset. Meantime, in Venezuela, a government statement described the seizure of the plane as piracy, saying the U.S. illegally seized an aircraft that is being used by the President of the Republic. They actually referred to seizing it again, another aircraft. This is an example of the supposed rules-based order, which, disregarding international law, seeks to establish the law of the strongest. Okay. So just how difficult is it to seize a plane used by a head of state? And also, would you expect reprisals, perhaps, from the Maduro government?
Well, let's start with, this is not unprecedented. The U.S. has actually seized about 70 Venezuelan planes, most of them associated with PDVSA, the state oil company. They even, just within the last year, seized a plane in Argentina. So this is a common practice. But as you said, seizing the plane of a head of state is a stronger step. It sends a message to not only to Venezuelan leaders, but quite frankly, to leaders around the world. Those ill-gotten gains and those ill-gotten planes are going to wind up in our hands if, in fact, you cross the United States, and especially as Maduro has, by trying to just blatantly steal another term in office.
And speaking of which, all of this does come a month after Maduro declared himself winner of that much-disputed election. And ever since, according to the U.S. State Department, Maduro has ratcheted up repression through politically targeted threats, unjust and indiscriminate detentions, and censorship in a desperate attempt to hold on to power by force. Maduro's actions have exacerbated the Venezuelan crisis and left him increasingly isolated from the international community. Well, even more so now without his plane. On the surface, at least, these elections seem to be playing out as the previous elections. Maduro claims victory on a rigged vote. The opposition cries foul, protests erupt, people get killed. Is it different? Will it be any different this time?
John, I wish I could answer that. My cynical side says no. We're going to see a lot of the steps that we have seen in the past. The U.S., perhaps Europe in some respects, will go through all of these motions, but it isn't clear that there is a plan, a strategy that they can execute to effectively try and apply pressure to create more deterrence on Maduro just bulldozing ahead, because let's face it, he's already pretty isolated. There was an effort led by Lula da Silva, the head of state in Brazil, to try to negotiate some exit for Maduro that hasn't, quite frankly, yielded very much. It did yield a proposal that we'd have a do-over, but I don't think there really are do-overs in democracy, so we're left without a great path forward for the West.
Yeah. Brett, great to have you with us. Really appreciate the insight and the analysis.
Right, now let's listen to some of the report as it relates to how Venezuela is now reacting to the confiscation of that plane.
Meanwhile, the Venezuelan community in South Florida is reacting to the plane seizure tonight. Many believe it's a step in the right direction to bring the Maduro regime to justice. Our team coverage continues now with CBS Miami's Yvonne Taylor. He joins us from Doral. And Yvonne, what are you hearing there?
Besides a step in the right direction, the beginning of a new chapter. That is what we're getting from the Venezuelan community, Elliot, here in Doral. We're going to start with what an activist told me regarding the seizure of the plane, based, according to what he said, on what happened in Venezuela on July 28th and what he thinks Washington feared could occur in a matter of hours.
Let's do more sanctions and stronger actions like this one.
Ernesto Eckerman is not only glad to see the United States seized a plane regularly used by Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro. Eckerman wants Washington to show sanctions against the Venezuelan regime are not only threats.
Does this really hurt Maduro?
This is a plane of $13 million, so at least something, they will feel it. But the most important thing is that he knows that the sanctions are going to be applied.
As for why this happened, he believes it all ties back to the recent elections and concern for Maduro's opponent, who says he won the race.
They are doing it because Maduro is trying to put Edmundo González Urrutia, the new president of Venezuela. He wants to put him in jail.
At this Venezuelan landmark in Doral, those who are against Maduro see with joy what has happened. This is simply a sign of alert. To me, Washington is finally showing a firm position because they see Maduro is not willing to give in.
So coming up at 6 p.m., we have more reactions from the Venezuelans in South Florida. Plus, I am told that Nicolás Maduro was not the only person who reduced his...
A story to watch, huh? 7 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. Of 9 o'clock, sorry. The reports are coming in there very, very quickly. We have a guest coming up there. Our golden girl about 9:30 this morning. Hello, talk to me, yes? On the telephone.
In America, you know.
What's that?
They need them to us. Why you not going and say Putin plane or most of Korea and take their plane? I want to put in Russia or South Korea to keep Maduro plane. Let me see what they're going to do. America saying possible. Just because I'm looking like an Air Force One, that is the reason why this is happening. Because if you listen to the interview, the man is saying that clearly, that it's Venezuela's Air Force One is compatible to the U.S. Air Force One. You don't do that. America feels the more corrupt than America, Matt. Really? I don't support it at all.
Okay. Somebody said, blessings need to understand that America takes care of its corrupt politicians themselves. Tell him to do some research on how many American politicians is in and out of office has been sent to jail. See what's happening to Donald Trump, a former president. Hello on the telephone? Yes. Are you there?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, it's a difficult thing to just judge a country on one action.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens. Look at America's support for Israel and what Israel's 60-something years have been doing to the Palestinians. Something Hitler did to them in a few years. They've lengthened it, and they're doing it to the Palestinians, the Israelis. It's the same thing. They're just doing it slower. You know, they're taking the land of the people and putting them in ghettos. A ghetto is a camp. A ghetto is an enclosed area where you have people there at your mercy. You completely control them. They can't do anything that you don't say. Part of the problem with Israel and Palestine is that they cannot agree. Israel doesn't want them to have a military. You already have them in a camp, enclosed, like they're in jail, and you're expanding. You're taking their land every day. You're taking their land. Somebody used the analogy of a pizza. You agree to separate the pizza, but while you're agreeing to separate the pizza, you're eating it. You understand? And that is what's going on. And America supports it. And in that regard, I wonder, why is America supporting that type of action? You know, if America is so good, why are they supporting that kind of action? However, when they harass Maduro, they see the influence Maduro is having on the prime ministers and governments of the region. So they're probably worried about it. Because obviously, it seems to me that our prime ministers do not want democracy. They're moving towards communism. They're moving towards China. We're not going to have elections very soon, man. You know, we're not going to have elections very soon. We can see it coming. The influence of China is real. Of course, America is well aware, and they're trying their best to counteract it. In the scheme of things, Matt, in a million years, all that doesn't mean much. We only live for, 60, 70 years and we're gone. But that is the way we live. We live in the here and now, unfortunately, Matt. Good morning.
Good morning to you too. Somebody said they did not hear the end of that former report that we just ended there. Here's what, it's nothing to what was said, but I'll play you the end of the report again.
I am told that Nicolas Maduro was not the only person who would use this plane. Who else did and why? That'll be in less than 1 hour. We are live in Doral. Ivan.
So that's just the end of the inset. They just wanted to tell you that some of the persons he may have used that plane, they want to tell you why in the next report. And who? Hello, yeah, talk to me. 449, we continue to follow this big story there as it relates to Venezuela's, of course, plane belonging to Maduro was seized in Santo Domingo. Are you there, caller? Yes?
Yes, madam. There may be just for a short while. Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you.
Matt, you say along with the Marco, you man? You see that one?
So you're part of the Marco in too then, you?
Matt, of course you have to be Marco in because also I want to find out, is it true that the Chinese living Wesley with dumpers of cement and going up to Mount Daniel to be in a project? Is that true, man? Inquiry minds want to know. We want to find out exactly where that badge of cement meant for the thing going up to. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Of course, we're here. Our next stop is our friends here from DNL, and then we'll take the Golden Girl at 9:30. We have a Golden Girl with DNL as well, so I hope you will run in the race.
And $56,000 in flipping away. Act now and seize the opportunity to turn your dreams into a reality with Super 6.
All right, Dominique, we're here. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Our next stop is with DNL. I know you're anxious to talk about Maduro's plane. We'll talk about that sometime later for sure. I hope you're not on that plane. Good morning, folks. How you doing? How you doing, my brother? How you doing, Ken?
Yes, good morning, Matt.
I haven't seen you in a little while, and you're getting a little white on the side.
Wisdom.
Is it old age or wisdom?
No, wisdom. Yeah, you have seen that I've been busy. I'm thinking of Brooklyn. That's why you're seeing me.
Oh, so
good morning, Brooklyn. That's my cousin, you know, Matt.
Okay.
I'm proud to know that Brooklyn is a church. I really should have noise, but that's my girl.
Good morning. Good morning.
And I'm with Aaron, my colleague, Aaron. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Matt, and good morning.
It's been some time.
Yes,
I like your hairstyle.
Thank you. I'm rocking my locks. Yeah.
You're not gonna rock your locks anytime soon, my brother?
No, as I can see, I'm a bald head.
That's why I say anytime soon you won't be rocking locks. So sure.
But whether we ball it or whether we have locks, we're here to speak to you about Dominican National Lottery and of course Super 6.
Everybody's chasing that Super 6.
Yes, that's a lot.
That's why we have to make extra time to come, and we know we're on the most popular program. I know we have a very good listenership on there, and that's why I said we have to book with Matt.
All right.
Yeah.
I bought my tickets already. Three tickets this morning.
You have another chance to buy more.
I have to buy more.
Yes.
One chance you have.
The thing about it, you bought a ticket before you saw me. You know you have seen me today, so now you see me. That's more luck coming to meet you.
Okay, all right.
Well, I need to get my ticket. As I see, I can get my ticket. So that's what I want to do. Because the jackpot now stands at $756,000.
That's a nice investment right there.
That can buy my rear back is plane. $756,000, and we are here to encourage our players out there. We're encouraging our folks. All our agents are open. Our agents are available. Do not say that it's going somewhere else. Words have powers. Please capitalize on the opportunity you have now to get that Super 6 area. There must be different ways they need to play. Can you just highlight to them the different ways?
Right. So for those of you who are listening, most people probably like Matt decided I'm going to buy a Super 6 ticket. He probably either selected his numbers or he said, give me a quick pick, $3.
That's it, quick pick.
No, there are more ways that you can play and increase your chances to win.
Well, tell me.
So you can buy a combo 5 ticket, and that is a selection of 5 numbers.
Explain to me, please.
Okay, right. That's what I'm going to do, and my brother here, Ken, will help me. He's a professional.
Yes.
So we have a combo 5.
Sometime, huh? Okay.
Yes. So the combo 5 is 5 numbers. You select a combination of 5 numbers, or you tell the cashier, whoever that you went to, the agent, I would like a combo 5, and they give you 5 numbers. It comes randomly. If you say you want a random combo 5, you pay $69, and you get 5 different ways to play. It's a combination of 5 numbers, but another number comes in.
Rewind that tape for me, please.
Okay. It's combo 5. The cost is $69.
Okay.
But you get 5 numbers, and you get how many tickets, Ken?
The combination of tickets, because one ticket is valued at
$3.
So you divide $3, 69 divided by 3. So you have a total of, let me just make sure I get it correct for you. 69 divided by 3, man. You have
23
tickets in there, but you're only seeing 5 numbers.
So you get 23 different tickets with your combination of numbers.
So what happens is that now the rest of the tickets are embedded into the barcode, and you cannot say if you win by just watching the 5 numbers. Actually, if you're going to buy a ticket for $69, you don't want to get a plain piece of paper empty.
No.
So just give you, if it's a quick pick, each of the numbers between 1 to 28 will appear on the ticket, but the rest of your actual 23 tickets is embedded. Now you need 6 numbers to win the jackpot. So you have 5 numbers, but it gives you a bonus of the extra number that you would miss to win the jackpot. So out of the 5 you have from what you buy, it gives you automatically the other winning numbers, so you can win that jackpot. Just like if you have the combo
7.
You have 7 different numbers, but you need 6 to win. So there's an extra number, like a bonus number that gives it to you for you to win, and that one costs you $21. And the final one we have is the combo 8, where it costs you $84.
But you get 28.
You have 8 numbers, and you have 2 extra numbers to give that $6. Most times people play the combo, the chances are greater. Why? You have many match 5s, many match 4, and a greater chance of the match 6. Think of spending $84 and your reward is $756,000, right? Then to buy, because we have people who buy the $100 worth of it and buy single. One. So if you just invest in the combination of numbers, it may sound expensive, but the reward is much greater and the chances are better. And most times we complain about our sister island that we're calling them that is winning. Most of the time that they win through the combo play, through the different bets, apart from just the $3, $1.
How many times St. Lucia won from your recollection?
Okay, well, I can talk for 2024 now, right? So 2024 we have had 7 winners, and out of that 7 winners, we have had 5 from St. Lucia, and we had 1 from St. Vincent, 1 from Grenada. We have not get a winner from Dominica yet, and I believe that's why 756 is all going to cover all the winnings that we missed for you.
756.
Yes, that's our number. I think we're at 767 is our
our area code, yes.
So we are very close to the 767, so we're gonna have it today. If it's got one this draw, it goes up again on Friday.
Okay, let me ask you the next question. How many times persons have won by just playing randomly?
Most of our winners in Dominica have played through a quick pick method. We have had seldom, I think maybe one guy I think who set his number. He won at ACS. He was a truck driver. He won at ACS last year. He was the one who set his number in. It was May of last year when he won, and he won that at ACS in Pottersfield. He set his number. But apart from that, most of our winners come from a quick pick method. Quick pick meaning the machine choose for you. That's why sometimes I just encourage you to play quick pick. Yeah, you play your selected numbers. You might say my history, my girlfriend date, my first child date. You do your stuff.
How do you play?
The machines select for you 1 to 28.
If you had to choose, how would you play?
And I would encourage everybody to play quick pick method.
Okay.
Quick pick method is the best way to go. Bruno can tell you she won an Instacash quick pick method
All the time.
Yeah, she won Powerball. She was mad at me at the Powerball. She won 4 numbers, and she said that she had less money than someone that win 3 numbers. She has a protest that she has one. So
just to recap,
Yes.
the ways that you can play straight for $3. You can play combo 5 for $69. You can play combo 7 for $21, and you can play combo 8 for $84. And combo 8, you get 28 different tickets. So these are the different ways that you can play. You can do your quick pick, as he mentioned, or you can select your numbers. But what I would advise, as Ken said, is to select a quick pick, or you can do both.
You can do both.
Yes. And Matt, another thing too is that our people, I encourage you to play in groups. We have so many associations, so many sports clubs, so many Rotary clubs, so many social groups. NGOs come together. Too many times you have to send a letter to us, sponsorship for that, sponsor for this. If you come together, you have your budget. The jackpot is that high. What's wrong in all this stuff at 25? They say, okay, Matt, all of us put $20 together and we come and we play. Most of the business in Rochelle, most people in Grenada and business, they play
in
as
groups.
A group. Too many times they want to win. I and it just hurt me. I like to encourage you. You have the sports club, you have association, because this same association have to travel to go and why can't just say, okay, the netball association has $500 of ticket. You can get it. You have a chance to only one person have to represent them to collect it, and you share among yourself. So stop playing one, and let's just play group. Let's play together.
I know my listeners have plenty of questions. I'm going to allow them a question or two. Hello, are you there?
Matt warned that man that in your studio to stop calling the lady name before he make people believe the lady has so much money. Jocelyn Johnson, good morning. Blessings to you all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Forgive my good morning. I don't like this morning. You see the same thing. I just warned the man. I just warned him.
And he calling your name.
Just quickly, Mr. George, what can all you do to allay the fears of the people who play like me? I play up to now, Matt.
You still playing?
Having to do with these large sums of money, maybe almost 90% of the time leaving Dominica. What can all you do? Because me myself, I say the headquarters is in St. Lucia. Maybe that's why the system is being corrupt. So what can you do, you Mr. Public Relations or whatever you are, to allay the fears of the people? That is not the case, because I'm watching that to be quite corrupt.
Let me ask you a question, Blessings. How did you win when you won there? How did you what did you play randomly?
Ken Judge tell me play a quick peek.
Oh, oh, just Ken Job. All right, partner. Yeah, but you have to answer the question.
Okay. His question is a genuine question in that a lot of people believe that St. Lucia wins because the draw is colored. I think there are plans of rotating the draws among the various islands. That is up to Wilmot to decide. But because, as I said earlier on, St. Lucia play in large quantity, they play together as a group, they play a large amount, they have a greater population than us. The same thing my dear friend, Mr. Murray, was complaining about yesterday, which I support him on, that we need more babies, we need more children, we need more population. So we have more people to play.
You really give it two.
Well, I don't hope I get two more. So if more people would play, then we will have a better chance. But there's nothing, there's no corrupt, nothing. It's a matter of the opportunities greater in St. Lucia than in Dominica. And remember, Dominica has also won a large jackpot. We have won, I think, over $800-something thousand some years ago.
No, that one person who won 1 million something?
And that was on the win lot.
Oh, win.
That's that Finland lady. And then we also had, when the two winners, one from Grande, one from Portsmouth, when they shared the jackpot, we had two winners in Dominica. I think each of them got, I think, 300 and something thousand. It was over 600,000. So we in Dominica, no matter how small we are, we still have opportunity to win.
Well, let's take another phone call. Are you there? Yes.
Yes, Matt, I am.
Okay. You play in the big one?
Well, Matt, I would like to say first good morning to Ken George and the young lady representing the lottery. But that's a good sales pitch that you all are doing there this morning, and you come to the right radio station to do that, because that's the most listened to radio station and program. But I really believe in what Blessing says, that something is happening, that's why St. Lucia has gotten 5 out of the 7 big jackpots. Okay? And that thing Ken just spoke about, the trying to rotate whatever, that is hogwash to me. You know, because if it's numbers you're playing, it's people lucky numbers that will win in whatever jurisdiction that it is played. Okay? So I'm planning to stop playing, because I don't play when it reaches $200,000. When St. Lucia gets it and it reaches to $200,000. I stay away from it for a good 6 months. But I'm planning to play the 5-7. And that thing about the Ken just talk about the Dominican need more babies and so. Matt, you know, some years ago, a lot of years ago, I heard, I'm still in the time of the lottery now this morning.
We'll talk about, you'll talk about that some other time as it relates to the population. We're talking population there. Somebody says, man, our population is so low, we cannot even win the Super 6. Is that fine?
It's correct. I will have to answer on that one, because our population is like 70,000, probably a lot less because of the amount of immigration and stuff that we've had.
I've been hearing that number.
Migration.
Is it moving, or is it going lower?
I believe so. I don't want to be the judge of that, because I haven't done a consensus in Dominica. I don't know when was the less consensus, what was our population.
You have helped. You added 2 to it.
Well, I've added 2 years, but they are not yet of age to play.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, we have to think of our population in comparison to the other islands. St. Lucia population is almost 3 times our population. So that means 3 times the chances of them winning, especially if a lot more people play and they play in larger groups. And like Ken said, they play combos. Our population, when we play, most persons, you go to different agent locations, they say they just want 2 quick pick. Most of the time, I've been to St. Lucia on trainings, and I can tell you, when you go to different agents and you ask questions, they will say most people come, they play combos, or they come and they play in groups. So as Ken is saying, I believe that is the way that we have to think moving forward. If you know you cannot buy a ticket for $21, put 2 with 3 of your colleagues and say, let's buy a combo ticket. let's put together. Let's see what we can do, and then you split the money evenly.
Well, I need all, so I pay myself.
Well, play a combo. It's only $84.
Just to let my friend who said that he stayed away for 6 months.
Yes.
Because this draw will be his draw. If he stay away, he lost. Anyway, that's his draw. So I just encourage you to make sure you get that ticket for this draw.
Let's move on there. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, Matthias. How you doing, brother?
I'm here, man.
Yeah, great. I hope we get later to revisit the economic conversation, but this conversation this morning is interesting. I hear a lot of callers talk about America and like it's a moral thing. Countries act in their interest. It's not a moral cause. It's like the brother brought up the idea of Israel and America, and very important point. The point he missed is the British and the Canadians and the Americans.
Well, I'll tell you what, because we're not on that discussion at this time, my brother, you'll have to call me back sometime and we'll discuss this further, okay? Maybe a little after 10 o'clock this morning, but let's continue our conversations there with the DNL, the Dominican Lottery, National Lottery. Hello, yes. Until 9:30. Yeah, yes, talk to me. Yes, I'm here.
Yes, it's Mr. George. It's not everybody who likes publicity. Why don't you give the option so if somebody who doesn't want publicity, even at a small fee, they could utilize that? Thank you.
He says, not everybody loves publicity. So why do you have to continue promoting publicity or promoting somebody who may have won?
Okay, the reason for that is that when you purchase your ticket, there is a fine print that you have to sign, and when you send, but the reason, obviously, we have a jackpot now of $756,000. Matt, I'm on your program, everybody's hearing me. And then on Friday, the jackpot is $200,000. First question you like, who won the jackpot? The same cell who said they don't want publicity, they want to won the jackpot. If we do not disclose anybody with the jackpot, the credibility of the game is going to be questioned. You're going to say, or among themselves inside the staff, one of them win, they're not going to know, right? So we have to do that in a way of marketing our product and
transparency. That's important.
So we have to do that. We're going to advertise high tier prizes, 7,000 above. In the various games, we have the blast, we have the daily free. So various games we have to highlight it so that our other players will be encouraged to continue to play and to support our product.
I understand that. Very well. Let's take a final phone call as we go. We have just about 60 more seconds there. Hello, talk to me. Yes, quickly.
Yeah, just quickly. Stedman and Mr. George, make me understand something. Matt, you can chip in quickly. Let's say we have 1 million people within the region where we play the national lottery. If it is all mixed up, the greater margin, why it goes to St. Lucia? The greater margin, why it goes to St. Lucia? Because we are in the million and the other two countries are in the million. So why the greater margin goes to St. Lucia? So what the rotation supposed to be having to do with the headquarters? The headquarters can move to a different country maybe every year or 2 years or something, because there seems to be some corruption in St. Lucia. Thank you.
Just to make it that there's nothing about we control the rotation. It's a game that all the ends have the same probability, the same chances. It's not like these 6 numbers, Dominica, and these 5 numbers in St. Lucia, all have the same 6 numbers. 1 to 28 is your playing pattern, your greater, your strength of your pocket. That's why you can play. And strangely, St. Vincent is not a strong player like in the Super 6 game. It's basically Dominica and St. Lucia, the strongest of the two. Grenada and St. Vincent, they basically just chip in because they play more of their local game. So basically, the fight is always between Dominica and St. Lucia. And then St. Lucia population might be just, but we still have been winning, so we have a chance of winning.
Well, let me explain to you. Somebody wants an explanation as to the combo. I think the person just joined in. They wanted to. She's a potential new player. She wants you to explain further what is a combo.
Well, just in a quick nutshell, the combo is a combination of various numbers. You won't be able to see all the numbers that you purchase on your ticket due to the number of printers you will have at one time. The rest of the numbers are embedded into the barcode of the ticket. There are various prizes. A single ticket of Super 6 is $3. So we have combo 5, which is $69. We have combo 7, which is $21. And combo 8, which is $84. But you won't see all of the numbers on your ticket. So when you play a combo, you must go back to your terminal to see whether you win match 5, match 4, or the jackpot.
If you win, like say 5 numbers out of the 6, how much do you?
Well, 5 numbers is $500. $500, and then 4 numbers is $25. It's a fixed price.
Okay, fixed price.
Okay, maybe on the next program I'll give you the rationale behind that, because it comes back again to the other islands. Because before, quickly, the match 5 and the match 4 was paid on a percentage of sales.
Here's another argument here. Because St. Lucia's economy is much better, they can afford to pay larger amounts on their tickets. Nothing to do with population. That's just one argument.
Well, that argument I won't be able to comment on it because I'm not in St. Lucia, but in the economic status, I can only talk for Dominica.
But the economic status is much better, my brother.
Well, that is that's another problem. I would be tempted to answer it in a diplomatic manner, but I can say we have won already the jackpot in Dominica. We have won. It's the matter we have been playing and we never win. We have won, so we can win, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it tonight. So please get your ticket, because as we said, national lottery, everything is possible.
Well, Ken, you won't answer that question.
No, I can't.
You can't answer the question that the economy is not much better than ours in Dominica.
Just to mention quickly, remember that the draw closes at 7:45 p.m. So for those of you who are at work, do not forget to purchase your tickets.
Mhm.
You can purchase your tickets in the evening. The draw closes at 7:45 p.m.
All right. Thank you very much. Come
You're
back soon,
welcome.
huh?
I will.
Maybe we'll get to 1 million. Ken, you think so?
No, we getting a winner from Dominica tonight.
Tonight.
Well, I'll stop it now, and then we'll see what happens after.
Well, I've already bought my tickets there. All right.
Buy a combo.
I don't. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's a pleasure there. It was a pleasure. We'll continue with our program this morning. Stick around.
The race is on. And with over $500,000 up for grabs, your chance to win $756,000 is slipping away. Act now and seize the opportunity to turn your dreams into a reality with Super 6.
All right. We have a few minutes to comment now. We have the Golden Girl. We expect the Golden Girl with us in a few minutes, so stick around. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-oh.
The race is on. And with over $500,000 up for grabs, your chance to win $756,000 is slipping away. Act now and seize the opportunity to turn your dreams into a reality with Super 6.
Easy way to pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
You're on your way.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Exciting news from AutoTrade. Incredible savings are here. Take advantage of AutoTrade's Thrifty Thursday promotion. Mark your calendars. On the last Thursday of each month, AutoTrade is offering up to 20% off items throughout the store. Yes, 20% off. But wait, there's more. Keep your eyes peeled for our exclusive Deal of the Day offer, bringing you even bigger discounts on select items. Whether you're looking for car accessories, maintenance essentials, or just browsing for a great deal, we've got you covered. So be sure to swing by AutoTrade every last Thursday. At AutoTrade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Terms and conditions apply.
Do It Center shoppers, we have exciting news. Your favorite home improvement destination just got a major upgrade. Get ready to experience the all-new Do It Center online store. Fresh look, same great products, and super user-friendly. Find what you're looking for in a snap. Need assistance? We've got you covered. Connect with our live chat agents for real-time assistance. But that's not all. Introducing the convenience of seamless online payments with reliable delivery service straight to your door. Shopping for quality products has never been this easy. Don't miss out. Visit store.doitcenterdominica.com and experience the new era of our online shopping. Do It Center, your partner in home improvements.
Are you ready? Dominica invites the world to celebrate the biggest and most anticipated music festival in the Caribbean 2024, October 25 to 27 at the Windsor Park Stadium in Roseau. 3 nights, 1 stage. Non-stop action. Get your ticket now at DominicaFestivals.com or purchase locally at Bullseye Pharmacy or the Peck Scholar Lab. Dominica's World Premiere Music Festival in 2024. October 25 to 27. Create memories, rejuvenate, exhilarate in excitement, music and dance. Presented by the government of Dominica through the Discover Dominica Authority.
Dominica, are you ready to embark on a global journey of flavors? It's the Flavors of the World Food Festival, live at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium forecourt on September 29th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Join us as we celebrate the culture, traditions, and mouth-watering cuisine from China, India, Venezuela, Cuba, Lebanon, Africa, Haiti, Kalinago, Creole, and so much more. It's an event for the entire family. Come enjoy and dance to the rhythms of compa, calypso, neo-soul, gospel, Afrobeat, Suyon, Latin, and Indian music. And it's all for a good cause. Helping to preserve our historic Notre Dame de Port, the Cathedral of Our Lady of Fairhaven. Mark your calendars for September 29th and get ready to eat, drink, and celebrate at the Flavors of the World Food Festival. Get your tickets now from Bullseye Pharmacy, Depex, Next Connects, above Cadrec, online at ticketandpass.com/FWF 2024 and at the parish offices.
We at Burton & Company, we stock a complete range of electrical supplies, such as electrical cable, data cable, coax cable, conduit, trunking, main switches, electrical boxes for your surface and in-wall. Ma'am, please don't cut this wall. We have a switch to fit this box that you have. We have the 4-gang switch that can work on your 3x3 box. So at Burton & Company, we have exactly what you need for your home. To supply professional electrical contractors as well as small home jobs. We have the brands you know and trust. Also, our electricians are trained and equipped to plan and execute electrical jobs, both large and small.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunblast juices, Topper snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
So nice, Caribbean pride. Need you in my life, Caribbean pride. So nice, 100% Belizean, 100% pure and natural. Yeah, for the young and the old, for the rich and the poor, we drinking Caribbean pride. Yeah, for the hot and the cold, so me want a little more, and me not tell no lies. So nice, Caribbean pride. Need you in my life, Caribbean pride. So nice. Well, alright, tell them we drinking Caribbean pride. Orange juice, or get the grapefruit. Sweet and unsweetened, you can choose. Get the apple, the pineapple, the fruit punch, just pop the bottle. Yeah, quality in every sip. Me tell you how me taste the pride in every trip. Yeah, Caribbean Pride #1. Tell them we drinking Caribbean Pride.
Agents, Archipelago Wine and Spirits, call 448-3394 or WhatsApp 612-3683.
Atoufi, point linetman à sous table ba mwen. Fais vite souple, mwen pressé.
Ça let me see Mac. Maka way.
Eh bien, il semble que ou pas ka bien. Ouais, milinet la même côté à moi dou la.
Là il est tout clair. Ek mate ka way?
Ça veut dire ou besoin aller Optifam vitement avant zio vin plus mauvais.
Dis-moi Mac. Puis pas jodi mwen ni problème épuisé moi.
Eh bien, c'est Optifam qui ni primaire docteur Zé en pays. À part de ça, Optifam j'ai tiré en chay l'argent à sous frame linette. Et qui ont ni plus belle frame linette qui en style.
Tout ça? Eh ben, moi kay check pressure moi avant. Et qu'après nay Optifam.
Non, Atoufi. Allez là même. Puisque yo ka check pressure zéro, examiner zéro pour licence chauffeur, check pour pisadou, et yo ka jik manager maladie zé glaucoma et puis cataracte.
Bon, qui côté Optifam yé?
Optifam at 223 Great Marlborough Street, 2 Point Queens, Amwellville. Telephone 440-8486. Eh bien, 285-8676.
Bon Dieu, merci oui pour Optifam. Yo c'est numéro yon pour occupation zéro.
Treat yourself, your family, or a loved one to a comprehensive eye examination at Optifarm Eye Center to check for 20/20 vision. Also inquire about or telemedicine services, filling of external eyeglasses prescriptions, and specials on eyewear.
Also opened is A Medic Urgent Care and Telemedicine Center, offering specialized and general health care. Call 612-1328 or come in for your appointment. You could also visit our new location at Casapora Bay Street, Portsmouth.
Dominica, are you ready to embark on a global journey of flavors? It's the Flavors of the World Food Festival, live at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium forecourt on September 29th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Join us as we celebrate the culture, traditions, and mouth-watering cuisine from China, India, Venezuela, Cuba, Lebanon, Africa, Haiti, Kalinago, Creole, and so much more. It's an event for the entire family. Come enjoy and dance to the rhythms of compa, calypso, neo-soul, gospel, Afrobeat, Suyon, Latin, and Indian music. And it's all for a good cause, helping to preserve our historic Notre Dame de Port, the Cathedral of Our Lady of Fairhaven. Mark your calendars for September 29th and get ready to eat, drink, and celebrate at the Flavors of the World Food Festival. Get your tickets now from Bullseye Pharmacy, Deepex, Next Connects, Above Cadret, online at ticketandpass.com/FWF 2024 and at the parish offices.
It's good. It's good. It's back. The Kentucky Sandwich from KFC is back. Good. The Kentucky Sandwich, only $16.50. Want more? Then get a combo with sandwich, regular fries, and regular soda for $23. Feel happy to save at KFC. KFC, it's good.
If you know your favorite store, dial it now. 612-1253. That's Mega Deals. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram as Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
All right, Dominic, it's already 9:35. We were expecting golden lady here. I suspect she may be in some traffic issues. I did confirm just a few minutes ago she was on her way. But in the meantime, in between time, let's see if we can take a few of your phone calls. Brother Zed, I think you were trying to make a point there a few minutes ago. Now is the right time. Again, we can, of course, take your phone calls at this time. We are expecting the Golden Girl just for a few minutes. All right, Dominica, the Golden Girl is here. We call her the Golden Girl, huh?
It's a little crazy because I'm really realizing little bits of history as people tell me. And so when I came out here and I jumped that jump, I was like, okay, it's far enough. Okay, one. And okay, Dominica looks good. But I don't really think I realized the grand scheme of things until, someone asked me a question about history and for my country in interviews like this. And so when I always say it's a privilege, it really, really is. I mean, my people have been behind me since I was 16 doing this. And to finally bring home a gold for them is so special. And just knowing how hard my coach and husband worked, knowing how hard my Olympic Committee and Athletic Association worked to support me. I used to be a teacher. I used to wake up and work out 5 a.m. in the morning, go to a classroom and be on the track afterwards. And in order to have me focus on that, they really supported me. It's paid off. It really has.
You know what's really beautiful about what you said after the competition right now is you fully understand how sport can transcend.
Yeah.
So tell us about your people.
My people are amazing. Dominica, aka Waitukubuli, is the nature isle of the Caribbean. It is beautiful. It is a gem. The people are as beautiful as the land. And the support and love is abundant. And when I say it really takes a village to raise a child, let it be known that outside my family, and I do love my family, it really was the people that I met along the way, the people that they put in my life, that kind of made me who I was, who made me resilient. And I'm so proud to be from that beautiful land. Thank you, Dominica.
And last question, how are they going to be celebrating in Dominica? What do you believe the response will be back home?
I have no clue. I don't even know if I've thought past, will I have drug testing after this if I'm chugging water? But I will say, have a drink for me, my island, and just keep loving one another and supporting your young athletes. That's all I ask, so that more of these medals can come our way.
All right, Dominica, we're here with Thea Gatson Lafont. Good morning to you. I just have to tell you that in your early days, I brought you to school.
Yes, you did.
You did.
You did.
And here we are. Dominica, of course, how did you make it here? I see you're still struggling on your crutches.
Mhm.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm doing well. So as many people know at this point, I actually got elective procedure on my knee just to smooth out some cartilage that was in there. It was actually bugging me all season.
Okay.
And we decided, my team and I decided that we were going to wait to deal with it after the Olympics.
Okay.
As you can see, I am on crutches and I didn't want to have like a rehab process during the season and risk the Olympics. But I'm doing well. My doctor's very happy. We're still in contact, even while I'm on island. And everyone is being very kind and patient with me as it is taking me a bit longer to move from point A to point B.
How was the reception thus far?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I've ever felt so many physical embraces, but also so many emotional and verbal ones too. I knew that Dominicans were happy. I knew that they were proud. I mean, just from the messages I was receiving, even while still in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
But to come here and to watch everyone, and I mean everyone, all ages, all sizes, it doesn't matter what, coming out here and being excited and being proud and just seeing like this perfect little Dominican world where everyone is just on the same page and rallying behind a positive energy. And then on top of that, I have to give kudos to the government and the gifts that they provided myself and my husband. I mean, that's truly life-changing gifts towards us. I mean, you talk about it's one thing, the land and the cash prize, but there is an honor, like the diplomatic passport, for not only for myself and my husband. I mean, that is an extreme gracious gift. You're talking, there are other athletes in other countries, like at Jamaica, for example. I mentioned the other day that Elaine Hare Thompson is also being coached by her husband and is not even granted that privilege by her own country of Jamaica for her and her husband. So these are, accolades and titles. I'm now officially an ambassador for sports internationally that are truly life-changing. It is exactly, to this date, 1 month since I competed at the Olympic finals. This is a 1 month anniversary. Really? Yes, already. See how time has flown, right? And to see how much, life has changed, I am so grateful. I really am.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Franklin?
Give us a rundown of your daily routine that has been and will always be your daily routine. After 3, 1, 2, or I should say on your mark. Get set, talk.
Nowadays, we wake up. I bathe if I bathe, fix my hair, makeup, pick out an outfit. I hope you see what I'm wearing today. I don't know if you can see what I'm wearing
I'll make
today.
a football association.
Yes.
We
rap it, okay.
I like that.
And if I can grab something to eat, I can grab something to eat. But actually, I tend to eat on the road if I have to. But I'm in the car within 30 to 35 minutes of waking up. And we are just event after meeting, after meeting, after event. Yes. Occasionally I can.
Busy few days, huh?
I have said it is the busiest I've ever been in my life, but also the happiest I've been in my life.
Amen.
Absolutely. My schedule has been packed between visiting schools, which I'm very near and dear to my heart, visiting certain companies, business meetings, partnerships, deals, all that. Plus videos, photographs taken, photo shoots taken for different partnerships I'm working on right now. It has been a booked and busy visit, but that also means it's been full of blessings.
So the business community has been good to you.
Very good to me. Very good to me.
Rewind that tape, Franklin. Hold on. Rewind that tape on that specific day 1 month ago.
Mhm.
Can you tell us about that moment?
Oh, goodness. 1 month ago to the date. I believe at this point, around this time, I was getting ready to compete, and I remember sitting at the Athletes Village, and I had done something similar before Indoor Worlds, and I have been getting better at verbalizing what I want to happen. I used to be kind of almost nervous to talk about what my goals were. And I realized that if I can just get it out, even in like the smallest manner, it was better. And so around this moment, I was sitting by myself in a random little corner, and I turned my camera on my phone, and I whispered. I was like, what if? Because I was afraid to say that loud, you know? It's like, what if we do something incredible? What if we make history?
At that very moment, huh?
Yeah. I have the recording on my phone still. I haven't showed anybody. And the last thing I said was, what if we win? And I turned the camera off. And that was the last kind of moment or even doubt I let creep into my head, because they were all what ifs. You know, they weren't even let's go. It was just what ifs. And I let myself have that one last moment of doubt, because moving on from that point was going to be confidence. And then we went out there and we did our job. We got one safety jump in, the first jump, to make sure we had a mark, not a foul. And then my dear husband and coach pulled me aside and he told me, listen, if you want to do something serious right now, you have to do it now. There is a storm coming in. We know that jumpers don't jump as far in the rain. It's tentative. You don't want to slip on the board. We've had issues with that all season. Athletes getting hurt on the board. And he was like, if you want to do it, it has to be now. You can't hold back. After you jump, it is probably going to rain and downpour for the rest of the competition. And I looked at him and I said, okay, I understand. I went back to the area where all the athletes were. I checked my body, made sure my muscles were open and loose. And I remember being on that runway when it was my turn and thinking, just jump free. Just go for it. Just go for it. That's it. Just jump free. That's it. And we did. And we sure did. And I did a hop that we've done at practice. I did a step that we've done at practice. I did a jump that I did at practice. And when I hit the sand, I heard the crowd go crazy. And I was like, okay, good. That was a good one. I think that was a good one. And it ended up being a great one. So.
Efren?
Okay. We've been told that an athlete goes through a regime of what you can eat and what you couldn't eat. Bring us down from breakfast, lunch, dinner, exercise. I'm going to be hard on you this morning.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. I want to preface this by saying that what I'm going to tell you is championship eating, nutrition. It differs from the rest of my season. So every World and every Olympics, this is what I'm focusing on.
Okay. Tell us now.
So about 3 weeks out from the Olympics, I start trimming everything I eat, meaning that I am no longer truly snacking. I am no longer consuming carbs in the form of pasta or rice. Everything that I eat is either a lean meat, so turkey, chicken, sometimes fish, but fowl meats like poultry holds me over longer, keeps me fuller longer, and it's fruit and vegetables. That is it. It is turkey, chicken, fruit, vegetables, and I prefer to consume it in like the raw form. So I won't necessarily have cooked vegetables. I'll probably have like a salad. I think for 3 weeks in Paris, I probably ate grilled chicken or grilled turkey skewers. Literally a fruit salad, oftentimes with melon. For electrolytes, watermelon has natural electrolytes, very hydrating. And for vegetables, it was cucumbers and carrots with a light little dressing on top.
That's it?
Raw. And I would mix up maybe some of the veggies and fruit, and maybe increase the quantities of what I'm eating. But that was it. And the mentality was like, I give my body what it needs and nothing of what I truly want. And it was just getting me as lean as possible, but also ensuring that I'm not hungry and ensuring that I have energy. I would eat some bread to kind of manage the energy because it does, carbs is energy. I have few pieces of bread leading up to competition to make sure I have those energy reserves in my body. But for about a month, that's what I ate for every meal.
Every meal. Interesting. At this time, my CEO, Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, wants to reach in and have a conversation, congratulate you. So let me give him a chance. Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Matt. How are you doing?
Morning to you, sir. Yes, okay.
All right, good. Let me just say, Tia, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm probably half as good as you, but I'm not complaining. And of course, Franklin, how are you doing?
Wonderfully well. Thanks so much for asking.
Excellent, excellent. Tia, I'm Sheridan Gregoire. I don't know whether you know me at all, but I just wanted to join the rest of Dominica and the Q family at home and abroad and extending to you the highest commendations to you and your family for your remarkable historic achievement. I did tell Matt that that we would like to honor you in a meaningful way, in some way. I'm the CEO of the 25, but I'm also the chairman of our Kudos to Our Heroes committee. And our committee members are spread out through, in Dominica, there's some there, some in Canada, and some in different states in the U.S. And we have recognized and honored and awarded some 15 distinguished Dominicans over the past 4 years. And I can just give you one or two of the names. The first person we did was Doreen Francis. She was a social worker. She was involved in Save the Children Fund. Felix Henderson was an icon, a cultural icon in the Creole language. So Whitney Louis, who was a consummate life, in fact, he's still alive. He's somewhere in the 90s now. Biggest farmer in Dominica, still farming. Annette Sentilla, who was a pioneer businesswoman. Ozzie Lewis, a sports icon in Dominica. Dr. Hendricks Paul, a lifelong surgeon, medical doctor. Dr. Orlin Bully, we all know Orlin Bully, cultural icon. The first Prime Minister of Dominica, Patrick Rowan John. Herbert Suki Winston, Ophelia Oliver Marie, Sir Brian Alleyne, Mrs. Dorothy Levy, Sonia Lloyd, a cultural icon as well. Irving Shillingford, the cricketer. Dr. Hazel Ricketts, who's an ophthalmologist who we all know very well and love in Dominica. She was the last person that we honored, and we would like to honor you and award you and recognize you in pretty much the same way. And essentially, what we would like to do is to, if you're interested, of course, and hope you'll be able to accept our invitation to honor you, we would like to do that sometime around the 14th of October, which is Thanksgiving Day, I believe, and really in the national spirit, because at that time, 5th November is coming up, Creole Festival is coming up, and so on. So we would like to, our Kudos to our Heroes Committee, would like to honor you as a national hero on that day, if you're able to accept that. And the reason is that you're still in lifelong contribution to sports in general, and particularly in athletics, and for winning the historic gold medal, the pinnacle of excellence in the 2024 Paris Olympics triple jump event. So if it's something that you would like to have us do, and you can get back to us, or you can say yes if you like this now, we would certainly be very happy to do that.
To get the statement, he'd be happy to honor you as a kudos to you, on kudos to you.
Well, one, I would like to say thank you, even for considering me for such an award and such a recognition. And I truly am honored to hear how much this entire moment has meant to you. And I will definitely look forward to speaking with you more on this. You will definitely be in touch, and I'm hoping that would I be able to give him some contact information?
Yes, I'm
at
sure.
the end of the call or something off air.
I'll send him your husband's number.
That sounds lovely.
All right.
But thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate it, and to hear such a long, strong lineage of heroic Dominicans that were honored before me. It is truly a privilege to be amongst these ranks.
Any final comments, Mr. G?
Well, in actual fact, Matt and Tia, I would really like to thank you for giving Dominica that great honor. And in fact, I've listened to you articulating about your country and the way you've stated how much you love your country. And you did that immediately, spontaneously after winning this gold medal. It seemed to me, I think that touched every Dominican, including myself and my family. We really felt very proud to have you as a Dominican and knowing that we are Dominican along with you. We felt that what you accomplished was for all of us. And really, what I'm truly impressed with is your humility. And I know your mom, and I did not expect anything less. All right? But we just want to thank you tremendously for what you've accomplished for Dominican.
All right, Mr. G, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Of course, you'll be, of course, honored and kudos on cue right here. Again, Mr. G, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Bye, Franklin. Bye, Pierre.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. I need to play something from Anna Roberts, commentator for some regional agency there. I just want to play this for a moment there.
Is the celebration going on still?
Still celebrating there in Rosa, of course, and other parts of Dominica. We are proud, very proud of Thea.
You should be. That young lady epitomizes all that is great about Dominica and the Caribbean. For her to show the stick-to-itiveness, the wherewithal, the commitment and the passion over the years to keep fighting and to eventually climb the mountaintop and be the best in the world, amongst the best all across the globe, flying Dominica's flag high, making the people proud, showing the brilliance, the amazing artistry, the confidence, the intensity, the mental toughness, and the wherewithal. Down to her interview, she shows incredible intelligence, perception, and she's a great ambassador for Dominica. And I'm going to be greedy and say for the Caribbean, because we want to take a little piece of that brilliance too, so our young people can emulate her. It was truly magnificent. 1402, 1502, my goodness, it was brilliant. She blew away the world, and Dominica's flag is flying everywhere across the globe.
And that's for you, Thea. This is a senator and commentator from Trinidad. He actually was there covering in Jamaica, covering the games. He was very, very proud of that moment.
I think one of
a former Olympic coach as well.
Oh, very nice. Another member of the committee. I mean, I did not fathom it that the pride of this moment would extend so far, right? You expect, of course, Dominicans, sure, but even the magnitude of that surpassed my expectation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Dominicans internationally, but then to see the Caribbean as a whole, essentially big up Dominica and, give us such kind words and support and be proud of a daughter of the Caribbean in general. It's like, okay, yes, she's under the Dominican flag, but no, she's still within the Caribbean. So it's still something that they can be proud of too. So the pride extended past just the Dominican flag. It has really transcended into the entire Caribbean.
How many interviews you've had since?
Honestly, I lost count. While I was still in Paris, I maybe knocked out over 16.
16.
While I was in Paris, and maybe
major networks as well.
1 week, yeah.
Major network.
Major BBC interviews for Washington Post, a lot of their social media stuff, Al Jazeera, you name it. I have done probably almost all of it. NBC, all of it.
We would never be able to pay you for all that publicity that you've given Dominica.
I don't necessarily think I did it with any pay in mind, and it's the joy of putting us on the map. It's the joy of speaking about it and teaching others about us. I truly mean it when I say that we are a gem. It is a joy to brag about my country. I mean, I do it any opportunity given.
Mm-hmm.
And for that matter, yes.
A lot of people, a lot of the critics say, why Dominica? Why did she not compete for America?
Even though I was mainly raised in the U.S., my parents never allowed me to forget where I came from. My culture was very much so rich in my household, whether it was food or prayer groups. We had a very good Dominican community where we were in Maryland. I mean, if you know any names, the Bertrands were nearby. Carissa Etienne ended up living just 5 minutes down the street from us. I mean, we ended up kind of creating a little support family, Dominican family right where we are. And so when I turned 16 and I had the option to start competing internationally, there truly wasn't a hesitation in who I decided. I was going to represent Dominica. It's my homeland, my country, and that was that. There wasn't any
doubts there.
No, there was
No hesitation.
none at all. And the only time I ever wavered on that was around 2017 when there was a transition at the DOC with the previous president leaving and Billy Doctorow coming in, and I was unsure if there was true change coming in at all. And I was like, I have gone through ups and downs with this DOC as it is. Do I wait and risk falling back into the same negative interactions, right? The same lack of support.
Mhm.
And it was my mother who told me to be patient.
I spoke to her a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
She told me the same thing.
And listen to your mother. That's all I can say, because I did that, and we have a completely different DOC by the late 2017 than we did that early. And that was the only moment I ever faltered. I remember maybe even considered leaving Team Dominica, and that was because I felt like my hands were tied.
Somebody's asking a question. Please ask her for me how difficult it is to balance your professional life versus your personal life and your husband as a coach.
That's a great question. I always say that it either works or it doesn't. There's no in between. I think that for us, we're very blessed that it works. We're very good at kind of flipping that switch of coach, athlete, husband, wife. But I think the biggest part is we never actually hold grudges. I see Aaron and I's partnership as coach and athlete as truly a team. There is not a subordinate in this interaction, meaning that when he's telling me to fix something, he's telling me to do so because he wants the best for us, that he sees that there's more potential, there's for success, there's more ground to cover, for lack of better words. And so I don't ever see it as well, who are you talking to like that? No, that's not what it is. It says, okay, got it. And if you've ever heard Aaron coach me, he's very blunt, but that's what I prefer. Like, I see it as, I want to be successful. Tell me what I need to be successful. I don't need you to sugarcoat it. And it's okay. If my feelings are hurt, it'll be temporary. We can talk about it if I think something was too far.
Mhm.
But I need you to in the most efficient manner, tell me how to be great. And it works.
He has never failed you.
No. And if anything, we, after practice, we might talk and we debrief. By the time we get into our home, it's calm. It's calm.
That's
So
right.
it works very well.
Franklin, any other question?
No, I was about to ask this very, very, very same question. So what I'm going to do is tailor it.
Mhm.
Now, I call it the dispensation of time.
Mhm.
Were you ever, did it ever cross your mind that one day this young girl would supersede all expectations? Tell me how your heart feels, confirms to you. Tell me, take your time, breathe. Yeah, because this moment is timeless.
It is.
So tell us about that. All the accolades you've got, and how has it, even if it's just a minuscule, changed certain aspects of your life and approach to life with your husband, coach?
I don't think I even had that moment of reflection until I came to Island. So until then, I think I was just doing interview, studio, rehab for the knee.
Mhm.
And it really took my visit to Convent Prep, the first school we visited on Island.
Mhm.
And I watched this very sweet little girl sing the national anthem. And imagine, I cried. Tears did not even fully fall down my face on the podium in Paris. But watching this little girl sing brought me to full tears. And I realized for the first time where I came from. In her, I saw myself. And I realized that this moment truly has transcended me. It's transcended generations. It has, like you said, exceeded my dreams. We always talk about achieving this pinnacle of your sport, right? Everybody wants to be an Olympian, and then everybody hopes and works to one day be an Olympic champion. Coming into the Olympics, I said, I want to be on that podium. I want to win. But sometimes you might feel that sometimes dreams might be so fickle. Like everyone is fighting for that same spot. Is it going to be me? I want it to be me. I've been working for it. But is it going to be my turn? Did we do enough? Did I leave every stone unturned? No stone unturned, excuse me. But I think it was that moment in convent prep, looking up those grand steps that I used to say my morning prayers on before going to my classroom. And I realized that this little girl from this little island ended up being not only on the biggest stage in sports, but being on top of that podium with her flag flying. This little country was all of a sudden thrusted into the limelight.
That was a moment there.
And I don't even know if the full, gravity of it all has truly sunk in. It's so weird hearing people call me ambassador or even announcing me as the Olympic champion. Because at the end of the day, I still feel like I'm just Thea,
Just
Thea, from Maho Canefield. Mommy's dropping me off before going to Mappin, or Mark is dropping me off before going to Mappin, and they're at social center, and it's just little old me.
Yeah, I had a chance to drop your head there on some occasion, so I understand. But let's take a few phone calls because a lot of callers are coming in, and we have until 10:25. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I am, Matt. And good morning to you, Thea.
Morning. Good morning.
I've been following you since I started hearing about you doing triple jump and everything. And when you did your first jump in Paris, I was a little worried because it was a bit far off the line. And I was communicating with Dr. Fontaine, and he told me, but it's a first jump, Give her a chance, give her a first jump. I said, all right. And then when you did the 15.2, that was really great for us in Dominica. The celebrations was not as instantaneous as it was in St. Lucia because there wasn't any advertisement of you jumping and people being aware of you in the Olympics and so on. But I'm really happy you did do that for yourself and your country. And I know the Caribbean is piggybacking on that because we have two Olympic athletes winners in the Caribbean, and both from sister islands. It wasn't like that when the guy in Grenada won the 400 meters, but it is truly special now that we have Dominica and St. Lucia. So I'd like to thank you and continue. And I really thought that you would do it this year because your physique looks like that girl from Cuba who won the Olympics in 2000, the last Olympic before Paris. I saw your physique was like hers, and I said, okay, you're going there, So I'd like to thank you again for Dominica, and all the best wishes in the future. Good morning.
All right. What do you tell a Dominican athlete at this time that want to get to where you got?
Well, I always say that one of the key things is that you find a good coach, but you also need to be very careful of your support. And people are always surprised when I bring that to the forefront. I think one of the key components of being a champion is realizing that it's very difficult to do it on your own. Meaning that you need to have people in your corner that will hold you accountable, that will also support you. Even in the days, especially on the days where you are doubting yourself or you're maybe slipping in focus. Because there were days where, like I said, I questioned if I was ready. I questioned if I'd be ready in time for the Olympics. I questioned if I was doing enough. I questioned, just doubts creep in my head. I'm working my butt off, but is it enough? Am I good enough? Even after winning an indoor championship, even after winning an indoor gold, you come back and I'm like, can I do it again? Not many athletes go to win an indoor worlds and come back and win an Olympic medal, Olympic gold at that. A double win is very rare. I want to say the only people that did it, I believe, was Julian Alfred and myself this year, if I'm mistaken, and Mondo Duplantis. So
interesting.
you need that support.
Somebody's asking, and I think they said that they've never heard that question asked before. What are your future plans? Do you intend sometime to return to Dominica to live? Like that question.
So that's a great question. I do plan to have more of a consistent presence on island. That is number one goal for sure. It'll be especially easier to do so now that I have a plot of land. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I have access to markups and drawings of my home, future home, and so we plan to start building. So that being said, I will be on island more often for
You
sure.
plan to build in Dominica.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's a good question. Okay, I'm going to put more weight on you.
Go ahead.
All right. Few of us as Dominicans, grown Dominicans, have not or do not know the 3 stanzas of the national anthem. I'm going to throw it on you now. Oh, God. He's up now.
Okay.
Yes.
It's one of those things that off the top of my head, like if I'm saying it out loud,
Okay.
I'm scared. You put me on blast. Now I'm nervous. But if I'm singing it,
Yeah, you remember.
yes.
I understand.
And I want to say on the note of stanzas, can I point out that at the Olympics, we got the most stanzas on the podium. When yes. So everybody else got the first stanza. If they have multiple stanzas in their national anthem, they got only the first. We got 2. And I was so proud.
Let's take a few phone calls here. Of course. Hello, talk to me, yes? On the telephone, yes?
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Morning to you.
Good morning, Franklin.
Good morning to you.
And the golden lady, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy to hear your voice again.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm going to ask you a personal question this morning. What do you think, or what do you have in mind to do with our children in Dominica to be another TLF?
Okay, that is a great question. I think one of the biggest things I'll be working on is actually partnering with the DOC and the DAA in helping develop not only training facilities, but also access to materials, to coaching sessions and such to ensure that we are not only building up the athletes, but we're also building up the coaches, right? You need high quality coaches also. Now I'm not gonna sit here and completely disregard the one major fact, as I brought up before, that there is a duality to my life. I am in the States and I'm in Dominica. And so having people around that I can lean on and consult with before making major decisions and moving forth is very important to me. It might be in a realm of, like I said, assisting with getting coaches and materials or equipment, hurdles and such for the athletes. But there might also be a place where, I'm now in a position where I can actually make donations to directly help athletes maybe acquire, whether it be shoes, clothing, tickets to competitions, or even help cover room and board in certain situations, maybe for scholarships. So there are definitely different things that we're working on, things that are very much so in their early stages. But we look forward to exploring those avenues.
We spoke, and I heard the Prime Minister saying that he's going to build a track in your name. How confident are you that we will get a track?
I feel pretty confident. I think that the Dominican people are also, eagerly awaiting this. There's a natural increase in interest in this sport, and I really do believe it's one of those build it and they will come situations. There's also other projects in the works, including some field facilities in Maho, I believe. I've been speaking to Fabian Florent about that, along with Brendan Williams, and hopefully we can get that in the works quite soon. I've also actually been getting multiple interests on people from overseas wanting to donate to that cause too.
Really?
So whether, whenever the track is built, that'd be amazing. But in the meantime, there's also other things in the works to ensure that athletes have facilities and access to resources in the meanwhile.
Let's take another phone call. The lines are coming in quickly. Hello, yes?
Matt, is me again. I had a second question.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
I would ask the golden lady, do you think that we have enough children in Dominica to have a track in Dominica? Because I listened yesterday that a man was on the air and he said we do not have enough children. So I would like a response from that.
Okay, I will say that the answer is yes. And I think that people often forget that the track is more than just a training place, it is also a venue, right? Meaning that even having a track could also open the doors to actually hosting track meets, right? It'd be lovely to have a kind of inter-island club championship situation, whereas like maybe St. Lucia can come over and train or compete here, and or maybe a group of islands can come to Dominica and train. You know, my dream one day would be that Dominic would be able to host even a small international competition, maybe like the Carifta Games, which is actually quite vast in the Caribbean. But the track provides not only job opportunities, but it provides training opportunities. We see major teams like Canada going to Grenada every season during the winter to train. So it's something that's bigger than just us. And I do think that we have enough children to make it matter.
Okay. 10:15 is the morning time, and we have another 10 minutes. Frank, any other question from you?
Yes, I do.
I see you asking some deep questions. That's good.
Oh, no. I know she can handle it. Bright lady, the lights go right up the elevator. Okay. Going back to your husband.
Yeah.
All right. How did you all meet?
Okay, good question. So after I was out of college and I started coaching in the community.
Okay.
And Aaron was coaching at the same time with his best friend Muhammad Halim, a triple jumper for US Virgin Islands. And we were both coaching high school kids, so secondary school. And I remember after 2016, I really wanted a new coach. And I remember that Muhammad had also qualified for the Olympics. I had gone via universality, but he qualified. And so I messaged Muhammad and I asked, hey, I need help. I need a new coach because the last situation had me terrible in Rio. Muhammad wasn't answering me. So I went on Instagram and I commented under every single photo on his Instagram page. I was desperate for a new coach. Muhammad finally reached out to me. He said, my bad, I'm terrible with my phone. Let's meet for lunch. We go to lunch. Muhammad has Aaron with him. And I was like, oh, I've met them before. Like you said, we coached in the community together. And Muhammad said, I think this guy is the person that you need to help you be successful. I said, okay. Aaron asked me when I could start training. I said, tomorrow. It's like, if we can do this, I want to do this now. Fast forward 3 months of 3-4 months of working together. And I'm at practice and I'm like, ooh, this man is cute. This man is cute. And I knew that professionally, Aaron is very professional.
Okay.
And all that he does. I knew he was not, I didn't know if he was interested in me. But I also knew that he was not going to make the first move because there's no way he would ever break the professionalism of coach athlete.
Okay.
I respected that, but I also was curious too. So one day I was out with some girlfriends and I knew that he had told me he lived in the neighborhood. So I was like, hey, why don't you come to, dinner with us and, hang out. And so he did. And then my friends were like, oh yeah, he's cute. They saw him. I told them everything. And I think at the end of the night.
You were talking about him before you met him.
Yeah, I was talking about him before he came to the group,
Okay.
And then afterwards, I asked if I asked him if we could hang out. I asked him on a date, and he kind of looked at me for a second, and I was like, "Ooh, is he about to say no?" But he said yes, and we've been together ever since. So, kudos to him, for.
You're not done yet. How many years now?
It has been 8 years together.
Oh my! Okay.
And 2 years married. Yeah,
children,
2 years married.
Children in the future, you see, having a family.
Children in the future. Yes, we definitely want children. It'll be 2 years at the end of September.
Okay.
And we definitely want children. We've definitely spoken about that. We want at least two.
Okay. You plan to go to another Olympics?
Well, we don't know yet.
Okay.
And that's the honest answer. In the realm of I'm 30. In the next Olympics, I'll be 34. And depending on where we decide to have children, if the opportunity presents itself, I will definitely seize it. Okay. But as of right now, I barely know what's on the rest of the schedule for today. I can't even tell you 4 years out.
Let's take another phone call. Hello, yes?
Hello.
Yes, yeah.
Good morning to your guest.
Morning.
Congrats is added to all what she has got already. But I want to touch on 3 points that most athletes, in fact, all athletes should adhere to. 1, respect for the laws of the game. 2, fair play. 3, level playing field. in Tia's movement towards that prestigious gold medal, I think all along she must have adhered to those three important aspects. But in Dominica, I think these three aspects continue to elude us. Respect in other areas of our lives, respect for the law, fair play in everything that we do, and a level playing field. For example, if Tia had passed the white line in jumping, it would be a foul, and she couldn't make noise with any referee for the foul if they punished her. So I am asking Tia's comment on these three areas, three aspects of her movement towards attaining that prestigious, apart from this skill set. Thank you very much.
Is that too difficult for you?
That was in-depth questioning.
Yeah, I think that, the three key points that he mentioned are definitely important. I think there is a true respect to the game, to the sport in general, respecting referees, respecting the rules. I also think it's really important to hone in on that equal playing field, right? In ensuring that all athletes are the same in their sport, that there is no major favoritism or perks of being one place over the other. But I also want to even extend that to, equalizing the playing field for us to the rest of the world, in what we do. I mean, even the idea and concept of having a place to train is massive, because I want us to be competitive. But how do you be competitive if you do not have the right tools and resources to train at the same level as your competitors? Right. But I do implore, especially the young athletes out there, to remember that to do sport is a privilege, but it's also meant to be fun. Like, please enjoy the process. Like, do not get so caught up in the details and the politics of it all that you forget that sport is supposed to be unifying. It's competition, yes, but let's not vary too far from that. If I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm not loving it,
does make sense.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that. Like, we enjoy. Matt enjoys what he's doing. I enjoy being with him. Yeah.
And let's take our final call, and then we'll wrap it up here in a minute. Hello? Yes.
Yes, greetings, brethren. Greetings to Mr. Moses, and greetings to our golden girl, Tia Lafont. Tia, I just want to thank you for reactivating the confidence in our children in Dominica. Because as I'm seeing it right now, since there's no track and field, we have a lot of children that have those abilities just like you to pursue goals, whether in track and field, in high jump, in all those other sports. And I'm so happy that you did it for us, to show them that they can do it if you did it. Just like I know that it's not all children that have the ability to be in track and field. There's children that could be doctors, lawyers, and so on and so forth, like our great Dr. Dale Dungleben from La Pointe, Dr. Mitchell from Newtown, and that do wonders in the United States, and many other doctors from Dominica's overseas. But I'm happy that you could give them the confidence that they could achieve a lot into sports. But it first starts with the people of Dominica rallying to the governance to do for the children, because they are the future. And I'm so thankful that you did it for us, even if it wasn't in Dominica you trained, but you're from Dominica and you decide to run for Dominica and you're back in Dominica, so that will give them confidence. So thank you. And may your achievements continue, whatever you want to do in the future. But your children will always remember you. And we need to put a monument up, because you did it for us, and we will never forget you. All right?
All right, brother. Thank you very much. But time is of the essence here. Somebody says, that I think it's Dr. Dale Dangleben that's sharing the view. He's trying to bring athletic and orthopedic support to athletes in Dominica, and he wants to congratulate you for doing the job that you did. Dr. Dale Dangleben there, a trauma surgeon out of Pennsylvania. He says, yes, good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I support that initiative. I am as good as my PT is to help me feel good. So I definitely believe in that support and the need for strong medical assistance at the elite part of sport.
All right, let's take a final
Final.
call because the telephones won't stop. I can tell you that. Hello, our final call this morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I would like to say congratulations to you, first of all. But I would like to say, because over the years I've heard the Ministry of Sports asking for the parents to support their children. I myself have been at meets, and you hardly find parents there cheering on the children. I am going to ask, how important is it for parents to be there, present at each of their children's meet, or at least most of their children's meet? Because I tell you, that is the most confident a child would see their mother or their father there, even though the parents are embarrassing themselves, shouting and, and whatever it is. But it is very important, because I've seen it when parents are there, how the children perform, and when the parents are not there. So how important, or can you, call out to the parents to come to the meets and support their children? Thank you.
Very important.
Very important. So yes, upon request, parents, please. I don't think parents often understand the power that they hold just by being present. We all know at this point that previously I was also an educator. From the field in any sport to even the classroom, having a parent come in completely changes the way a child interacts with the world, completely changes their confidence levels, and lets them know that they are supported in multiple aspects in life. And, I'm not saying you have to come to every single meet. And I understand there are working parents working to put food on the table, and not being able to be at every major meet or competition might not be possible. But maybe send someone, send an auntie.
Your daddy said
or someone, send somebody to let them know that, what they're doing is worth the attention of those that care
That's
about.
very powerful. That's very powerful.
They need it. Start it young. Build the confidence now, because it's so hard to build it once they're in the teenage years and
very
older.
Important.
Create it now.
I remember trying to be at every football game that my son played. Very important to him. You look out and you see you there, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It's a difference. But again, here we have to wrap it up now. I hope we could continue having that conversation
Yes.
until, because my telephones are still going. But I want to say thank you. And you get a lot of support from the DCA.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
I'm grateful. But again, thank you very much for coming and sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. It's been a joy.
All right.
Thanks for the energy.
Hey, anytime.
NRG. Yes.
All right. Take care now.
Yep.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks so much
On
for coming.
behalf of Dominica, congratulations again.
Thank you very much. And thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. All right. We're gone. Bye. People on Facebook, you see all the messages on the Facebook. Everybody. All right. Love you. Bye-bye. Take care.
You conquered fears, go see love on the golden queen, jumping for the flag with a heart so keen. Paris, skies witness the tale. Dominica shines, victories prevail. Golden moments we cherish so. Feel the fun forever we know. Olympic triumphs you define. Dominican pride, your light will shine. The world watched in awe as she took flight. Her boundless spirit shining ever so bright. With each graceful leap, she conquered the sky. Feel the fun, our hero reaching new highs. In every stride, she carried a nation's hope. With unwavering determination, she learned to cope. Through sweat and tears, she paved the way. Feel the fun in history, you'll forever stay. Oh, feel the fun, the golden queen, jumping for the flag with a heart so keen. Paris, skies witness the tale. Dominica shines, victories prevail. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, see a love on the golden queen. They're jumping high in the Paris air. Dominica rise, we sing without a care. Gold, she grasps with strength and might. Triple jump into victory, what a sight. First gold medal, she brought it home. In the city of love, she shone and rolled. Pride and glory in every leap. A legacy of dreams she so deep. Oh, Viola on the Golden Queen, jumping for the flag with a heart so keen. Paris, skies witness the tale. Dominica shines, victories prevail. Oh, oh. From the nature out to the world she flew. With every step her spirit grew. Olympic dreams now a truth untold. In Via's jump we find pure gold. Her story written in the stars. A champion's heart that beats so far. We celebrate you with songs of cheer. Viola, for you conquered fear. Oh, Viola on the Golden Queen, jumping for the flag with a heart so keen. Paris, skies witness the tale. Dominica shines, victories prevail. From the nature out to the world she flew. With every step her spirit grew. Olympic dreams now a truth untold. In Via's jump we find pure gold. Her story written in the stars. A champion's heart that beats so far. We celebrate you with songs of cheer. Viola, for you conquered fear. Oh, Viola on the Golden Queen, jumping for the flag with a heart so keen. Paris, skies witness the tale. Dominica shines, victory